Spring is almost officially here, so now is the time to start shifting and start sourcing those spring items to resell. So that's the kind of shoe thrift haul I have here for you today. I do have some longer length boots and some winter style shoes because it's not completely over, and I'm not going to pass them up if I do find them at a great price. But the main focus here is going to be those transitional type pieces, like the lower cut boots, some pumps, some styles that have cutouts, and I am also now starting to be more on the lookout for sandals and outdoor sneakers that people will use for hiking, running, walking, those kinds of things. Let's get started with the boots. The first boots are these super long thigh-high black suede boots. They are by this brand called Joie. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it is Joie. And this is a brand that I would pick up very often, well, kind of often, when I was picking up clothing. It seems to do really good in dresses and tops as long as they're recent styles. This is only my second time finding a pair of shoes by them. The first pair of shoes, they're still sitting in my closet, but it is more of a spring type style, so hopefully they sell pretty soon. But I could not pass these up. They're gorgeous, they're thigh high, and they're selling for a lot online. People have these listed for over $100. But since winter is on the way out, I decided to price mine a little bit lower. I priced them at about $70 to $75, hopefully to get them moving. And these are in a size 39. I will put the US sizing on the screen. So that's the only thigh-high boot I have. In the past, when we were in dead winter, I was picking up so many thigh-high boots. But for now, I'm slowly shifting away from that. But this is the next pair of boots that I have. They are by the brand Born of Concept. And these are some biker moto boots, riding boots, I will also call them in my titles and descriptions. If you don't know, that's what the brand logo looks like. It says BOC. They also have another brand called Just Born. I picked both of those up in all sorts of styles. In the winter, the boots have been selling so good for me, especially the moto type boots. I've picked up so many, some Western boots as well. And in the summer, usually I pick up their sandals and their wedges, and they do well for me too. These here are size 9.5, and I like that they have a soft fleece lining inside. And I also like that they have the extra contrast stitching detail all around. It just gives it a little bit something extra. Next up, we have this other brand called Franco Sardo, and these are just some more Western style boots. They have suede at the top, leather at the bottom, and then they have the buckle detail on the side with a stiletto heel, so kind of like a classy Western boot. These are in a size 7, and they do have the full zip here on the side, which I like a lot better than the ones that have it just halfway because they're a lot easier to put on and off. Another cool feature is that they are point to toe. Some people look for that as opposed to the normal round or more almond type toe. So all of those keywords I put in the description of these boots. Next up, we have these tan leather boots. They have the harness here that have the chain, so that's cool. I love that they have these. I forget what you call them, but I should look it up and add it to my description because these have been listed, and I feel like that's a cool feature. These little things here, they have some studdings. The only bad thing about these boots is that they do have some staining. It looks like oil stains here and on this one too. I got them because I thought I could take it off, and I think I still can. I just didn't want to take the time to do it, so I went ahead and listed them like that. And these are by the brand called Dingo, kind of like bingo but with a D. And this is kind of like a lower end Western boot type brand. They do not sell for a lot like other Western brands like Area or Fry, but they still can do kind of decent. I feel like I've sold about 3 other pairs by this brand, and they sell like in the 40-ish range. Then we have these slouchy Western boots. They have a little bit of some buckle detail on the side with the strap that goes all around, and it kind of slouches down too. These are pull-on style. I love the brown color on these, and these are by a brand called Matisse, which was so hard for me to figure out. Most of the time that happens with Matisse boots for me. They don't have the brand here at the bottom. They only have it in the sole, and a lot of the time it's kind of faded, so it's hard to see. But using Google Lens, I was able to figure out that they are in fact Matisse, and these are in a size 9. The material inside is soft, and they also have this stretchy elastic gore on the side, which makes it more of a comfortable fit. So anytime it has this, any boots or shoes, I try to add that to the description just so they know if they're worried about if the shaft is going to fit around their calf. They will know that it at least stretches a little bit. Next up, we have some more moto type boots, biker boots. They're in black leather. These also don't have the brand at the bottom. It's all the way in the insole, but they are called Ms. Moose. I don't have that much experience with this brand. I feel like I've only sold 1 or 2 pairs by them. I will put up the pictures along with the sold prices here on the side so you can kind of have an idea of how this brand can do. But after I looked up this exact boot online, it seemed to do okay because it has the style name here inside. It was so easy to do that. They are a size 8, and the inside is leather and faux fur, so that's an extra added feature. They are super warm, so I hope they end up selling before this winter is up. If not, they're probably going to sit until we get to the cold weather again because they are fur lined, so it's more for the colder weather. They have a semi-square toe in the front, and overall it's a pretty well constructed boot, and it wasn't priced that much, so I went ahead and picked those up. The next 4 pairs of boots that I have here are new in box. They were sent to me by a company called Dream Pairs, which if you've watched some of my previous thrift hauls, you will know that I've picked up this brand before at the thrift store. They make beautiful boots, so anytime I find them in like new condition, I definitely bring them home. So when I saw them in my inbox, I instantly recognized who they were, and they were kind enough to let me choose 4 shoes from their website. I ended up picking up all boots, and here are the first ones that I picked out. Knee-high length boots with the lace up. These I will call combat boots in my title and description. They have some buckles here on the side, and they are Sherpa lined. So this is going to be something very warm and comfortable for the cold weather. So I really need to get these listed up ASAP so that someone has a chance to buy them before the cold weather is over. These are faux leather, and they are a size 9. Next up, you know I had to go with some Western boots, so here's the ones I chose. More of a knee length as well. Black faux leather. These are a size 10. I love that they had the contrast stitching with the cool patterns here all along the shaft, and they do have a zipper that goes all the way down. Again, great for easy access, and a chunky block heel here on the back. These are beautiful. The next Western boots I chose are more of a brown color, and they are suede instead of leather. They have some cool contrasting metallic-y trim here. That is very cool. A full zip here on the side, the chunky block heel. I think these will do well even in the summer. Unlike the first ones that I showed, they're more wintry because they are Sherpa lined. But these 2 Western boots have the potential of selling all year long because people will like to buy them for festivals. These are also in a size 9, and they have a very cushiony and soft insole. And for this 4th pair, I went more with an ankle style but also Western. Black leather, very similar to the black knee-high Western boots, but more of an ankle style with the contrast stitching all along the shaft, the pointed toe, and it also has contrast stitching here in the front, the chunky block heel, and these here are in a size 9. So most of these I went with size 9 or size 10. When I picked out those 4 boots, we were still in the middle of winter, but looking back at it now, I should have probably thought ahead, because now we're headed into spring and I could have switched out some of those styles for more spring-like styles, because they do have lots of that and much more. This company focuses on providing women with their dream pair of shoes while making sure that those shoes are affordable and very comfortable to wear. They have shoes for all sorts of occasions, from casual to party to workwear. If you'd like to check out dream pairs, click the link in the description of this video, and for a limited time you can use code 20Sandra for 20% off your purchase, and you'll also get free shipping when you spend $60 or more. But now let's move back to my thrifted shoes, and we're moving on to ankle boots. The first ones here are by a brand called Timberland. They have that logo stamped there on the side, and on the bottom it also says Timberland right here. These are just some simple wedge style suede boots, and they are in a size 10, so that's great. They're a bigger size and they are more of a low cut boot, a minimalist style type boot. But I think on other occasions I would have probably left these behind. I was just trying to source as much as possible, and since we're in the middle of transitioning from winter to spring, the thrift stores haven't been putting out as many shoes as they usually have. So some of the shoes that I'm going to show you is just me being a little bit more lenient, just so that I have things to list. These next boots here are by Clarks. They have that little button detail on the side, more of an almond toe, and a block heel on the back. These are in a size 7 and they are all leather. Again, just some minimalist, simple boots that are in great condition, and they do have active air, so they are super comfortable. These are great for work styles. Then we have these cute booties that have a little ruffle trim going on the side. They are by a brand called Rockport, and I think they're also super comfortable. They say True Tech right there, which I think has something to do with their insole, and it does look super comfortable. These are in a size 6.5. I have a little bit of experience with Rockport. I picked up some work safety shoes by them before. I do really well with their Mary Jane style dress shoes too, and I think those boots are really cute. I recently sold some by, I think it was Ann Taylor or Ann Taylor Loft, that were very similar. They had the whole ruffle or scallop trim, and those sold pretty quickly, so that's why I decided to pick those up. Here we have some Western ankle booties with fringe all around and a little bit of a self-tie detail here in the back. These are by a brand called Naughty Monkey, and they are in a size 9. I've seen this brand at the thrift store before, but I've never been encouraged to pick it up. Maybe I did comps and it didn't look well. I'm not too sure. But when I googled these with the Google Lens app and put in the words Naughty Monkey Western fringe boots, they seem to be doing kind of okay. So I guess this will be my opportunity to learn more about this brand and see how it does. I sell many boots that are similar to this in other brands like Sam Edelman and another brand called Not Rated. So I think if nothing else, these will sell due to style. This right here is definitely me just being a little more lenient. These are just are they slip-on? Yeah, they don't have any sort of closure, so they're slip-on boots, and they're by a brand called Cupid. It's all the way inside, so I can't show you, but this brand is not really that valuable. It doesn't really sell for that much. I've sold maybe 1 or 2 shoes by them in the past, and most of it was just due to consignment. It's not that I went out and picked it up on my own. But these were fairly cheap. They are kind of, what is it, croc embossed. They have some sort of pattern going on. They're this black shiny leather, a chunky block heel. So I think I can get something out of them. And since they weren't that much, I decided to go ahead and try it because I need stuff to list. And as I said, they really didn't have that much to choose from at the thrift store. And these are in a size 10, so a little bit of a larger size. That's an added bonus. And they have the point pointed toe as well, which I feel is also something extra. These here is by a brand called White Mountain. Let me see if I can, yeah, it's in the insole. I won't be able to show you, but it's actually a brand called Summit. I think that's what it says, Summit by White Mountain. White Mountain is a brand that I pick up from time to time. Some of their boots can do well. I try to be very particular of the style of boots I pick up by them. There's a lot of stuff I pass up, but a boot like this I will take. One of the cool things is that it has a lug sole and it has the buckle detail, the chunky sole. I believe they are real leather. Yes, they are real leather, and these are in a size 37, so I will put the US sizing on the screen. But I think this sort of chunky boot has the potential of doing really good. Here we have these beautiful Vince Camuto boots. I've sold boots by Vince Camuto before that have the metal hardware on the sides and buckles, and they seem to do really good. These are just some beautiful rodeo style buckle boots. They are in a 6 and they are all leather. Next we have some Sam Edelman shoes. That is what their brand logo looks like right there. These are in a size 8 and they're just some classic animal print boots with the round toe in the front. I did see that there is a tiny bit of scuffing on one of the boots. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it there. I didn't see that at the thrift store. If I would have saw it, I probably would have left it behind because it is kind of peeling. It's more than just a scuff, but hopefully we can still get some good money out of these. I thought that was it for the boots, but apparently I have a little bit more here. The first ones up are by one of my favorite brands to pick up, and that is FitFlop. I pick up this brand in shoes, in slip-ons, in flats, in sandals during the summer. If I can find them in great condition, they're usually not priced up, and it always flips really quick at decent prices. These here are more of boots. I think this is the first time picking up boots by them. Most of the time they're flat shoes or sandals. They are studded and they have this elastic gore on the side and just some slip-on comfy flat boots. I think those will do really well. Here we have some Clark boots, and these are ruched in the front, which in the past tend to do really well for me. When they have this ruching detail, those seem to fly off the shelf faster than other Clarks. The bottoms are kind of questionable. I mean, these are clean now, so they look a little bit better, but they are a little bit more on the smooth end. Then we have this Matisse brand again. I showed it earlier with some Western boots, but they are Coconuts by Matisse. Matisse and Coconut by Matisse brands, they do really well for me. These are just some animal printed Chelsea boots, and they are in a size 10. Then we have these chunky, heavy boots. They are men's boots by a brand that I've never heard before. Inside it says Natha Studio, and then on the outside it says another name. So I'm not sure if this is the brand name and inside is the type of boot, but I did type it into eBay when I saw them at the store, and they seem to be doing really good. There's not that many out there listed by this brand, but in the past I've had good experience with these biker type boots for men in other brands, so I think those will end up doing okay. And if I could remember correctly, the price was just about $7.50, so I'm not scared of not making my money back on those. These here, I'm not sure. I did pay up for these. They were like $15 or $16, and they are by the brand Skechers, but they are a steel toe, I believe. It says comp toe. Is that the same thing? I'm not sure, but I think I remember when I searched them up, it did say steel toe. So more of a work style boot for men. These are in a size 10, and they are in like new condition. There's no sort of flaws. The bottoms look excellent, so that's why I felt comfortable paying $15 to $16 for these, and hopefully I can get them sold for $50, no less than $45, but we shall see with those. Here's this lace-up booty. It is closed, but it does have that lace-up detail, and it is by Vince Camuto. I pick up lots of Vince Camuto. The price ranges vary a whole lot just depending on style. For something simple like this booty, it'll probably be in the 20s, 25 at most. But they tend to sell at a decent time frame, so that's why I pick them up. And they are a size 7. Next up, we have this brand called Paw Green. It's been a while since I've came across this brand, but I used to come across it in dress shoes and other booties. These here are just some gray suede booties, and these do say 4.5 inside, but they are Australian sizing, so I will have to convert it to US. So if you ever find this brand, Paw Green, make sure that you look up the US sizing so that you mark them correctly. But that brand tends to do okay. And I ended up finding 2 bags in this thrift trip. The first bag is by a brand called Travelon. Here it says it on the zipper. And these are bags that are made for people who go outdoors, maybe hiking. They always have lots of unique features like credit card pockets. They have a flashlight most of the time, this little LED light. Sometimes they have, I forget what it's called, R something blocking, to where people can't take your credit card information with devices. Oh, this one actually has it. It's called RFID blocking shield pocket, and it has the credit card slots in there. So I love picking up these bags. They don't sell super fast, but they do end up selling. They have lots of pockets, organizational compartments, and this one is a gray crossbody strap one. This one here, I definitely pick up anytime I see it. As long as it's not ripping and coming apart, I pick it up. And it is by Fossil. These I cannot keep in my closet for that long. They always end up selling really fast, even if they have a little bit of damage. I've picked up some that have missing straps, or they have a tiny slit in the leather, or they have some darkening on the edges, and they still sell. This one is just like a kind of muted blue, and the Fossil logo here is a little bit faded, and it does have a little bit of stains here and there. I will try to treat it as best as possible to get it in the best shape as possible, but I think it still won't have any problem selling. We're moving on to some sneakers and just a little bit more transitional type pieces like I talked about earlier. Starting off with these here. They have a lace up, but the unique thing about them is that the laces are leather, and they have the cutouts all across the front. And this is by a brand that I am not going to attempt to say because I don't know if I will say it correctly. I've seen it before at the thrift store. I've seen it before on Poshmark as well when I'm doing my research and just scrolling through to see what brands are doing well. I've never picked it up though because I just wasn't too sure. Sometimes they will price this brand up at the thrift store, and I just wasn't sure that I would make my money back or make a decent enough profit. But these were fairly cheap. They're in decent condition. They are in a size 41, so a little bit of a larger size. And like I said, I'm focusing on pieces that people can wear, transitioning from winter to spring. So I think that's a great one. Next up, we have these men's shoes. They're by the brand, they're by the brand Morel, and this is a brand known for outdoor types shoes and styles, like for hiking during the summer, for skiing and snow boots during the winter. These are a size 14, so a really good men's size. They're in excellent condition, and these are the type of things that I'm going to be focusing on moving forward. Hiking shoes, outdoor shoes, running shoes, walking, athleisure. These aren't athleisure, they're more of house comfort shoes, but they are by a great brand called Vionic. There it is there. They're super plush and super comfortable. They are in a size 7, and they do have this hook and loop closure right here, so you can adjust it if you want. It's quilted and it has animal print, and this is a brand that seems to do really well for me, although it's sitting a little bit longer than it used to in the past years, but it still sells, so I still pick it up. Then we have these waterproof slip-on sneakers in a tan color by this brand called Tiva. They are quilted and they look in excellent condition, almost like new, other than some little stains they have in the front. I may do some work and try to get all of those little specks off. They just look like oil type specks. That way they can be in even better condition. These are in a size 10. I am not too sure if they're men's or women's, but I think once I look them up online, I will be able to see. Teva is another summer brand that I like picking up in their sandals. They seem to do really good. Here's some winter shoe stragglers. These are some UGG loafers for men. If they are in good condition and they are not priced that high, I will pick them up even if it's in the hot weather. In the middle of winter, I would pay for like about $15 for these. Now I'm trying to get them a little bit lower. That way I have them in stock for when it does come to the cold weather again. Some more men's shoes. These are some Asics. They are also in like new condition. Maybe just a little bit of scrubbing here in the front to get this white part a little bit more clear. Or maybe it's supposed to be that way. I think it's supposed to be a grayish color. So maybe not even that. But they are in like new condition and they are a size 11.5. I don't have that much experience with this brand Asics. I must have picked it up maybe 2 or 3 other times in women's styles. But I recently picked up some that look kind of like these that are women's that showed really great comps. I have them listed for pretty high, maybe like 50 or above. So when I saw the same one in a men's, I thought it would do great, so that's why I picked those up. These here are beat up, I'm going to admit. They do have a lot of work that need to have done on them. The front part has a lot of staining, as you can see right there, and I mean it just doesn't look in that great of a shape. The bottoms are a little bit more smooth than I like right here. I like to be able to see the patterns on the shoes and for it not to be too smooth, but this style of shoe, Nike Shox, is a vintage style that people look out for. I've picked it up in worse conditions than this or about the same condition and they still end up selling. So I think after adding a little bit of baking soda mixed with some Dawn dish soap, I will scrub it in with a toothbrush, let it sit, and then wash those stains out to see if I can get them looking better. But I think I won't have any problem getting my money back for these and then some, because it's always been the case. Even with a little bit of damage, they still sell. Even more men's shoes. These are, what brand are they? I think Brooks. No, they're Asics as well. There it says it on the tongue. And these are in a size US 14. So another large men's shoe. Super comfortable. I looked them up on eBay and this specific style of Asics shoe seem to be doing really good. They have the bungee laces right here, a little bit of a mesh fabric which makes it breathable, and it says flight foam right here, which I think means just that the insole is super cushiony. I'm pretty sure this is my first time finding Clarks sneakers. These are some women's Clarks. And they are a recent year. On the tongue it says the size and also what year they're from, and they are from 2020, so a more recent more recent year. And they are a blue suede. They are in a size 7.5, so these could actually fit me. I'm going to try them on, and if I think they're comfortable enough and I like the fit of them, then I may just keep them. I also can tell that they're a little bit on the wider side, which is great. I like to wear wider fit shoes because the narrow ones just don't work out for me. They make my feet hurt. So these are just some beautiful, classic, everyday, casual sneakers. Here we have some more men's shoes by a brand I don't know of. I've never heard it. And it looks like it says Inov, but they instantly caught my attention just by the look of them. How they have this little thing right here, they had this foot right here. It just made me think that these were made specifically for a certain type of sport or activity. When I looked it up, sure enough it was. I don't remember what it was made for. I'm thinking running or something, cycling maybe. I don't remember, but I do remember that the comps looked extremely well and they weren't that much, so that's why I picked them up. They are in a size 11.5 men's, and they just look super comfortable. This is the type of shoe that I pick up when I see it at a great price and great condition. They are Skechers Shape Ups. These look a little bit more modern, but there are some that look super vintage that go on to do really well. I can usually get somewhere in the upper 30s for these, sometimes even 40, 45, just depending on the colorway of the shoe. These are a women's size 12, so that is a great size, and they look like they're in excellent condition. The only flaw that I ended up finding when I got home is that they have a little bit of a chip here on the side. One of the shoes does. I don't know if you can see it right there. It just had a little bit of a chip, so I just went ahead and ripped off the whole piece. Don't know if that was a good idea or not, but other than that, they're in great condition. Here are some more Rockport shoes. I showed some booties by them earlier. These are more of a dress type sneaker with a little bit of a suede and leather combo. And the bottoms, that's what they look like. Super clean. And these are in a size 6.5. And even more men's shoes. These are some Tom's flat canvas shoes in this beautiful teal blue color. They are a little bit of a larger size. They are, let me see, size 12, and they have Ortholite insoles, which make it super comfortable. Just a classic canvas Tom shoe. The main reason I picked it up is because it still had the tags attached, and they were like $6 or $7, so we shall see how those do. All right, guys, last basket here, and in here we have some pumps, some dress shoes, some flats, a little bit of more summery shoes at the bottom with some sandals, some water shoes, those kind of things. Let's start off with the dressy pumps. The first ones are by a brand you probably already know called Michael Kors. They have a chunky block heel that is a different color from the top, so that's a bit unique. The bottoms look excellent, no sort of wear. And these still have the price attached, so I paid $17 half off, which makes it $8.50. That is an okay price to pay for some Michael Kors shoes. And I mean, they're in excellent condition. A beautiful tan suede color. More of a camel color, I guess. These Vince Camuto shoes, I like the shape of them. They have like a squiggly trim here, like a scallopy, I guess you would call it, with the pointed toe. These do have some inserts here on the heel that someone put there to make them more comfortable. I need to be sure to add that to the description just so they know. They are in a size 10, and the bottoms look very good too. Next we have some Franco Sardo slip-on shoes with the low heel. The heel has like a gunmetal accent right here, which makes it kind of unique. The shape of the heel is also kind of unique. It does have a little bit of creasing here at the toe box, but I think once I stuff it with some packing paper and use some Doc Martens leather balsam, it'll kind of ease that up a bit and make it look a little bit better. I have very good history selling Franco Sardo plain minimalist type flats. Although these do have a heel, I think they will end up doing well. It doesn't have the price, but I think they were pretty cheap, which is why I went ahead and picked them up. And also, I bet the size is pretty good too. Let me find it. They are in a size 8.5. I thought they'd be more of a 10 or 11, but still a decent size on those. Here we have Clarks, and these are by Clark's Collection. Some patent leather dark blue career style pumps. They are in like new condition, which was the main selling point for me, and they are a little bit chunkier here at the front, so then I'll be able to use that keyword platform, which is a good keyword to use when you have chunky shoes that have a higher height here in the front. I think these have the potential of doing really good, especially since they're a little bit more of a unique color, not your typical brown or black. They are a dark navy blue. Some more Franco Sardo, some more minimalist plain pumps for career women, working women who work at offices. That's what these are good for. I don't expect to get much for these style of pumps in these and some of the other brands I showed you, but I think they will be at least fast sellers. At least that's my hope. And these here are in a size 6. This is a style and a brand that I like picking up. Dr. Scholl's flats. They don't go for that much, but they usually don't sit around for long, which is why I like picking them up. These have a memory foam cool fit insole, which is great. They are a patent leather in this dark purplish color, and they are more of a, I wouldn't say completely pointed toe, but it's not your typical round toe. And these do have the price. These were about $5, so hopefully we can get those flipped for about $24. Then we have these cliffs, and they are by the brand called White Mountain. Earlier I showed some boots by White Mountain, but they were a different, I guess, like sub-brand. White Mountain has a lot of different sub-brands. Cliffs I pick up sometimes, especially in their boots. I don't remember ever picking up dress style shoes like these. The main selling point was that they are new and they are a larger size. They are a size 10 and they are real leather upper. They have these stretchy straps here in the front, and the insole looks super cushiony, soft, and comfortable. So again, the perfect shoe for anyone who's working and on their feet for long periods of time, but they still want to look decent with some business casual type shoes. Then we have some more Clarks, but these are artisan Clarks. They are just some white strap sandals with the open toe in the front. A little short kitten style heel, excellent condition at the bottom. These here have not been cleaned, so even then they're in okay condition. Some more Clarks, but these are by Clark's Collection. I think the main selling point for these for me is just that they're kind of unique. There's some loafers with the beautiful leather color here. They have this little accent in the front, which I have no idea what it's called. And the other selling point for these was the size of them. They are a size 12. They are ultimate comfort, so they have cushiony insoles, and the bottoms look excellent. I did pay out more than I'd like to for these shoes. They were 17 half off, so $8.50. If I would have paid more like $5 for these, I would have been a lot happier. But as I said, they aren't putting out that many shoes right now at the thrift store, so I kind of have to be a lot more lenient when it comes to condition and when it comes to pricing too, at least for now, because I need stuff to be listing. The next pumps are also by Franco Sardo. This is what they look like. I guess they're not pumps. They're wedge style shoes, minimalist, simple. These were $6.50, and these are a size 7.5. This is a brand that could go really well for me or not. That's what it looks like. It says Akmusi. They are a size 8. They're like Rothy style flats. They're super comfortable. They have the fabric that is breathable with some cutouts. The bottoms look excellent. These I was on my way to check out already, so I didn't really have that much time to do comps. I just quickly did an eBay search, saw that they could do decent, but didn't really do that much extra research. But since they were only $3 and they could fit me possibly, but they're kind of narrow, so I'll have to check it out. If they fit, if they stretch well enough, I may keep them. Here's this brand called JBU. Sometimes it's also called Jambu. The price ranges on these type of shoes vary a whole lot, just depending on the style of shoe you find. I've sold sandals for like $40 and up. I've sold boots for like $20, or some that are even higher than that. It just depends. But this style of shoe with the flowers right here, I've sold at least 3 or 4 other times for decent prices. These, I don't see the price on them, but I think I remember they were super cheap, like $3 or $4, and these are in excellent condition, like no sort of wear anywhere. This box that I'm showing you right now, they haven't been cleaned, so even then these are very clean. The insoles may just need a little bit of wiping. I think they're water shoes, but I'm not positive, and they are in a size 9. Here are some very similar style shoes. They are by the same brand, but these do say Jambu. As you can see there on the closure, it says Jambu instead of JBU, but it's the same brand, and they look very similar. They just don't have the floral, but they do have cutouts, and these are more leather and also in great condition. It says All Terra design here at the bottom. That has something to do with the bottoms being extra grippy, like them having good grip. Then we have this brand called Soft with 2 F's. This is also another brand that just widely varies in the price ranges. Some of their boots sell really good, really fast, and for good amounts. Some of their heels can be more on the lower end. These, for example, I'm thinking like $22 if I'm lucky. And they are more of a goldish color with the strappy design and cutouts. A little bit of a mid heel here in the back, but they are in great condition. These are a size 7.5. Here we have some Clark's artisan shoes. They are a nude color, patent leather, open toe in the front, a little short kitten heel, more of a slingback style with the adjustable buckle. They are a smaller size, I am sure, because they look pretty small. They're a 7.5, so an okay size, but again, great shoes for career women who want to dress up a little. Here we have some more Franco Sardo shoes. These are more of a sandal with the ankle strap right here. This will go around the ankle. I love the dusty blue color of this, and it has a chunky heel here in the back. These are a size 9, and they are real leather upper. Here in the front toe box, it does have a cool pattern too, and the overall condition of these is great. These do have the price still. They were $4.50, so I think these will do well for the summer or spring. This is a brand that you should know about, and that is super easy to spot because it has a gold plate as their logo. I'm not sure how you say it, and someone has given me some information before in the comments of one of my videos. This is a brand made by another popular brand, but I forgot what it is. But there are some oatmeal color leather sandals. These also have a little bit of an ankle strap right here, and they're just some very minimalist casual style shoes. They are all leather, and they are size 9, and I think these had the price. They were only $4.50. These do need a little bit of cleaning here at the bottom, but I've sold shoes by this brand where the bottom is not completely excellent and they still do well. I guess this haul was full of Franco Sardo. Here I have some more. These are some sandals, more of a gladiator style kind of. They do have this real fur and an animal print. These are in a size 8, and overall good condition. When I find shoes that have like the real fur at the top, I try to look over it very carefully that it doesn't have any missing patches, because sometimes that's the issue with shoes made like this. These have no sort of patches anywhere that I can see. It has a little bit of wear like around the trims of the straps, but nothing too major. And it also has that leopard print here on the side of the heel too. So some very cute flat shoes that I think will do well. Then we have Vince Camuto. This is another brand that keeps showing up in this haul. I love these mostly because of the quilted or puffy straps here in the front. I usually do really well with that. I've picked up heels that have the quilted straps, sandals, all of that does well. They're more of a platform style. The price on these was only $5, and here is what the bottom looks like. A very neat slip-on flat, and they are in a size 10. By the time you watch this, most of this should be listed. I always leave the links down in my description to all of my shops in case you're interested in anything you saw today. Just go to one of my shops, let me know you're coming from YouTube, and I can give you a good deal on these things. I really hope you learned something from this thrift haul, at least some of the brands to pick up, styles to pick up, which ones do well, which ones don't. Don't forget to check out that site, Dream Pairs. Link and all the info will be down in the description. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and that's all for me today. I'll see you next time.